Imagine closing your eyes for a moment, and waking up 4 years later, orbiting another star. No pain, no hunger, no sense of time passing, just silence, then sunlight through a new sky. For decades, cryosleep was pure science fiction, the stuff of 2001, A Space Odyssey, and Alien. But right now, the first real experiments in human hibernation are underway, and the technology that could one day let us sleep through the stars is taking shape. This isn't a distant dream. It's already begun. NASA's scientists have a problem that no rocket can solve: the human body. Muscles waste away in zero gravity. Bones lose density. Radiation bombards DNA. Food and oxygen take up too much space and weight. And the longer the mission, the greater the strain. So researchers asked a radical question: what if, instead of keeping astronauts awake for the entire journey, we put them to sleep? That idea became the foundation for NASA's torpor-inducing transfer habitat, or TITH, a bold concept that could change everything about how we travel beyond Earth. Subscribe, like, and turn on notifications, because what you're about to hear isn't a fantasy of the future. It's the story of how humanity is learning to bend time itself. The TITH project doesn't aim to freeze people like popsicles. Instead, it's built around the idea of a controlled metabolic slowdown inspired by hibernating animals. By carefully cooling the body just a few degrees and suppressing metabolism, astronauts could enter a sleep-like state where their energy use drops by 70% or more. Food, oxygen, and water needs shrink dramatically. The crew capsule can be smaller, lighter, and simpler. Instead of a bustling spacecraft, imagine a dark, quiet vessel drifting through deep space, its crew in safe, suspended rest. Engineers imagine walls lined with insulation and soft biothermal panels regulating temperature, creating an environment halfway between sleep and survival. Astronauts wouldn't dream as we do. Their minds would exist in near silence, brain activity reduced to a slow hum. The program began as a concept study under NASA's Innovative Advanced Concepts (NIAC) program, a place where science fiction meets engineering reality. But TITH didn't stay theoretical for long. It inspired the follow-up initiative known as STASH, short for Studying Torpor in Animals for Space Health in Humans. STASH is investigating how mammals, creatures like us, respond to hibernation-like conditions in microgravity. NASA wants to know whether torpor could protect bones, muscles, and internal organs from the damage of long-term spaceflight. If it works, human trials may be next. Scientists are also examining how torpor might reduce psychological stress, the boredom, anxiety, and isolation of long voyages. A sleeping mind doesn't feel fear, doesn't crave home. That alone could make it one of the most humane technologies in exploration. Meanwhile, outside NASA, another breakthrough has stunned researchers: the discovery that torpor might not require freezing temperatures or chemicals at all. In 2023, scientists used focused ultrasound, sound waves precisely targeted at the hypothalamus, the brain's metabolic control center, to induce torpor in mice. Within minutes, their body temperature dropped, heart rate slowed, and metabolism fell into a low-power mode. Hours later, the researchers reversed it and the animals woke up unharmed. For the first time, a non-invasive tool had switched hibernation on and off. It was like finding the biological master switch for sleep at a molecular level. If that sounds like science fiction turning into reality, it is. And this is just the beginning. Subscribe, like, and turn on notifications, because the next step might not be in animals, but in humans. This discovery raises an incredible question. If mice can be induced into torpor this way, could humans be next? Genetic research now suggests the answer might be yes. Humans still carry many of the same genes that regulate body temperature and energy conservation in hibernating species. We may not use them naturally anymore, but they're still there, dormant, waiting. Scientists believe that with the right triggers, those pathways could be reactivated. In other words, hibernation may not be something we have to invent from scratch. It might be something we simply need to remember how to do. Parallel to these biological breakthroughs, DARPA's Biostasis program is working on slowing biological time itself. Originally designed for battlefield medicine, its mission is to give medics a way to preserve injured soldiers by temporarily halting cellular decay. The same molecular tools that pause damage and trauma could one day stabilize an astronaut's body for weeks or months of torpor. Researchers are experimenting with nanomaterials and chemical signals that slow enzyme reactions and metabolic processes without freezing or killing the cells. It's a different approach to the same goal, preserving life by pressing pause on biology. And this isn't just for space missions. Imagine emergency doctors using similar technology to save someone from a massive heart attack or stroke by instantly cooling their body, reducing damage while they perform surgery. The groundwork already exists. In hospitals today, therapeutic hypothermia is used to lower body temperature in critical cases, buying time, protecting organs, preventing irreversible damage. The same principle could one day allow surgeons to perform ultra-long procedures without risk, or transport organs across continents without decay. In the future, cryosleep-inspired tech might even be used to slow aging itself, preserving the body's cells in a youth-like state during long recovery or radiation therapy. It's not immortality, but it's a new kind of control over the clock. Still, there's a reason this remains experimental. Putting a human into long-term torpor means solving dozens of interconnected problems. Waste still builds up. The immune system weakens. Muscles and bones deteriorate in microgravity. Without active movement, fluids pool in the upper body, causing pressure on the brain and eyes. Researchers hope torpor itself might reduce these effects, since a slowed metabolism reduces biological stress, but no one knows for sure yet. The STASH program's rodent experiments in microgravity are the first step toward finding out. If they show that torpor protects bone and muscle tissue, that alone could change the future of space medicine. There's also radiation to consider. In deep space, cosmic rays and solar storms can be lethal over time. A sleeping astronaut won't be able to react or move to safety, but if torpor also lowers cellular activity and increases resistance to radiation damage, as seen in natural hibernators, it could offer protection that shielding alone can't. Imagine a crew in deep sleep, protected both by their spacecraft and their own slowed biology. Some researchers are exploring how to pair torpor with magnetic shielding or plasma fields, creating layered defenses against cosmic radiation. Ethical and philosophical questions loom large too. Who holds responsibility for a sleeping crew? How do you ensure consent in a state where communication is impossible? What happens if something goes wrong mid-flight, if a malfunction wakes only some of the crew? Or none? These are not just logistical puzzles. They force us to rethink autonomy, personhood, and the nature of consciousness itself. When you can switch awareness off and back on again, what defines being alive? Where does the self go during those months or years of silence? Psychologists speculate that the reawakening process could come with emotional disorientation, memory fog, or existential shock. The human brain, after all, was never meant to sleep through years of time. The answers could change how we understand life itself, because cryosleep isn't just about surviving the journey, it's about mastering time. In space, time kills. Radiation, starvation, and boredom are all functions of time. Pause that, and you rewrite the equation for human endurance. Future missions to Mars or Proxima Centauri could rely on torpor as much as rockets, turning deep space travel from a psychological nightmare into a manageable leap. On Earth, those same principles could transform medicine, aging, and survival. Controlled torpor could give surgeons extra hours to operate. It could allow rescue teams to stabilize patients in remote disasters. It might extend the shelf life of organs, slow the spread of disease, or even become a cornerstone of anti-aging therapies. By controlling time inside the body, humanity would take the first true step toward biological mastery. Imagine a world where cryosleep-derived therapies keep patients alive during pandemics, or allow critical care teams to protect the brain from trauma by slowing it to near stillness. The implications reach far beyond space. They touch the essence of human resilience. Midway through this new frontier, one truth stands out. Cryosleep isn't a fantasy anymore. It's a work in progress, unfolding across NASA labs, DARPA facilities, and university medical centers around the world. It may start with mice floating in microgravity, but the trajectory is unmistakable. Toward human stasis, first for hours, then weeks, and one day perhaps, for years. Humanity is standing at the edge of the ultimate experiment, not just surviving time, but learning to command it. When that day arrives, spaceflight will never be the same. Future astronauts might not experience the months-long monotony of travel. They could enter stasis on launch day and wake up orbiting Mars, refreshed and ready to explore. Their journey would take months, but subjectively, just moments. That changes everything about how we build ships, plan missions, and even think about the boundaries of human life. And on Earth, those same breakthroughs could ripple across medicine, extending lives and redefining what it means to save one. The same cryosleep tech that takes astronauts to Mars could keep patients alive long enough to reach a hospital, or allow transplant organs to wait safely for recipients. The dream of pausing death, even temporarily, is no longer fantasy. It's a scientific ambition within reach. Entire industries could grow around metabolic control, emergency medicine, long-term care, cryogenic logistics, even time-adjusted labor cycles for future colonists on other planets. The next time you see astronauts preparing for a mission, imagine them not just suiting up, but stepping into transparent pods, body temperatures dropping, breathing slowing, drifting into silent suspension. Above them, a ship hums softly through the dark. Behind them, humanity's restless curiosity sleeps, dreaming of the stars. Each heartbeat slowed is another reminder. Time is no longer the enemy, and when they awaken, they'll open their eyes on a new world. Not because they conquered space, but because the K-dos Alsai learned what the Dosta map mark, modern to master time. Subscribe, like, and turn on notifications, and stay with us as we follow humanity's next great leap beyond sleep itself. This is Tech Mythos.